How's it going, everybody? This is BeatTheBush. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to watch an episode of Extreme Cheapskate, and this special episode has Kate on it, which lives in New York. Now I'm doing this because a lot of you mentioned this show, and I watched it before and I thought it was very entertaining. Now, most of these Extreme Cheapskate I thought was a little bit more than I personally would do, but when I talk to some people, a lot of people actually think I am pretty extreme myself, but then, I don't view myself as that. It is true that sometimes I push the boundaries a little bit and I notice, oh yeah, maybe it is a little bit cheap, and other people might have the same view about me as I have the views about these Extreme Cheapskate. Now, I want to add something. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but I do think this Kate person, by all means, she does what she does. She's happy with it, but I do have my own personal opinion. I don't think people should take me too seriously on this. It's just my own personal opinion. So with that said, I'm going to start this show over here. It's about 20 minutes long. Okay, so let's watch the intro over here.
I try to avoid paying for anything.
When it comes to money, there are those who save.
Last time I did laundry was 3 years ago.
There are those who are stingy.
I haven't bought any clothes in 8 years.
Okay, she tries to not pay for anything. She hasn't done laundry for 3 years, and last time she bought clothes 8 years ago. Well, personally, I think saying that you try to not pay for anything all the time is, I don't know, a little bit extreme, a little bit cheap, because I can see how if you hang around other people and you're always like this, people are not going to want to hang around you. Not doing laundry is, I think what she meant is she does not do laundry at the laundromat. She washes her clothes in her tub, okay? It's still clean. So I guess if that's the case, I don't have too big a problem with it. You're looking at this sock thing where it's almost worn down, but then it does not necessarily have holes. I have to admit, I've done this before. I usually wear my socks until a hole develops. And I remember at some point in my life, I also wore it for a little bit, and I realized that, oh my gosh, it's very, very uncomfortable to have a hole in your sock. So ever since I realized that it's uncomfortable, I started throwing them away. In terms of not buying clothes, it's the same with me. I haven't bought many clothes ever since I went into this minimalism binge. I mean, this shirt is like only a couple of years old, but I got it for free because I got it through doing these coupon deals with the credit card.
Well, not for $25. I don't use toilet paper.
And then there are cheapskates.
She's the cheapest person I've ever met.
Money manager by day, dumpster diver by night.
Excuse me, miss, you can't do that.
$25 for a shirt. Well, I guess I haven't bought shirts myself, only mainly because I have enough clothes, right? If I don't have any, I would buy a shirt that's $25. And I think personally for me, dumpster diving is kind of not something I would ever want to do. Maybe if it comes out of necessity, if I'm super dead broke and I don't have any food, maybe I would start considering it. But I think there's plenty of food to buy, and you don't have to actually spend all that much. Right now, I'm only spending $160 per month or so on my groceries, and I can still eat pretty healthily, and I enjoy what I eat. So I don't see the need for it, because going that route where you are penny pinching so hard, it starts to affect your quality of life. So that's where I draw the line. And I think the point here would be that penny pinching, when you do it so hard, it might end up being counterproductive because it wastes your time, and you could be spending all this effort in earning more money. Certainly for me, I draw the line at dumpster diving. I don't even really want food that someone has been eaten already. So let's continue.
Again, what is it? It's like really hot.
And this just really makes me cringe when her friends comes over and then they can, I don't know, maybe they're doing this for the show or something, but they, on their appearance, they look agitated, and this is not something that you want. So a little bit about what I would personally do when I invite friends over. I would treat them to something brand new, right? Not even like some leftover that I have. I would just go out and buy a brand new roast chicken. And then for family, I would even buy like premium quality stuff just because I want to treat everybody. Certainly not dumpster diving. The food, when I look at it, is just gross, and I personally wouldn't even eat it. The criteria to serve other people is that you would want to eat it too. You would really, really want to eat it. You think that it's tasty. If you don't really want to eat it, you shouldn't even serve it to other people. So it should be a thing where I think it's tasty. That's why I give it to other people to eat. In terms of freshness, you want to only give the freshest of the freshest, right?
Hi, my name is Kate Hashimoto, and I'm an extreme cheapskate. I'm a licensed CPA, and I've lived in New York for 3 years. Although it is the most expensive city to live in, I found ways to get around it. I have only $1.30 here. Would you take that?
Okay, this whole thing of going to a store and not having enough cash, you just have some change or something, and then you know you can't pay for it. I have to say I've never purposely done this before, but sometimes when I run out of cash, I'm like, this is all I have. I feel so bad about this. And I don't remember because it happens so rarely, that they usually just give it to you. They see that, oh, you're only short like a quarter or 10 cents or something. You can see here that she's doing it on purpose. She just have certain amount. And I feel like this is just, I don't know, like not upfront and not upstanding, I guess. Nothing against her. I mean, she probably thinks that, okay, if they are able to accept this payment, it's kind of like bartering, but then you're using the fact that you don't have enough money, you kind of dress down a little bit in order to get the vendor's good side. And then they think that, oh, you need it. Okay, yeah, we'll just give it to you. So in this sense, it just doesn't rub me the right way. So this is something also that I would not do.
Not for $25. I learned that the best way to live is to be very frugal.
It's going to be $10.
I have only a $5 worth of change.
Unfortunately, I can't.
I'll go elsewhere.
She goes to these thrift stores to buy a $10 shirt, right? To me, it didn't look that good. I think sometimes people get caught up with going to thrift store, going to the cheapest places in order to buy the cheapest stuff. I personally am still able to get some pretty expensive stuff for free still. So in a way, I'm able to spend less than her even on clothing. And yet I do not have to do these things where, you're just trying to barter with someone where it obviously is a place where you do not normally barter. So, when I go to foreign countries, when you know that they normally barter, then this is something I would do.
If I use a paper towel in a public restroom, I'm drying off hands that I washed clean, so I keep them and reuse them. You can reuse the paper towel many times. Why pay to throw something away, especially when I can get it for free?
Okay, she just used a paper towel to wipe her hands and she just kept it. I would say, yeah, this is not something I would actually do when I am outside, when I'm at a public restroom or something. But this is something I would do when I'm at home. If I, wipe my hands dry and then I still have the paper towel, I'll just keep on using it until it's actually dirty. But I don't think this happens very often because generally at home, I don't dry my hands with a paper towel. I would dry it with a towel, a regular towel instead.
Chairs, the dumpster. I furnished my place through picking up discarded furniture on the street before the trash picked it up. Now this is pretty dirty, but this one looks much cleaner.
Okay, so she goes and gets furniture from the streets. I think this is okay. You can actually go on Craigslist and then, they would post furniture all over the place and you can go pick them up and people give them away because, they're moving or something. But generally, I would be very worried about furniture. I mean, these furniture that I got, this is a hand-me-down and this is actually brand new. The thing I worry about furniture getting from someone else is it could be infected with bed bugs or something. So something that you really want to avoid and not bringing, those kind of used furniture at home. I guess that's the main concern here. And to me, I don't even need all that much new furniture. The chairs over there at my dining table, I bought them brand new. And generally, I think all my furniture I just kind of buy.
I would say I probably saved at least a couple $1,000s on furniture. This works well and it's much cleaner.
So it's cool that she goes to the dumpster dive and I mean, you're not actually swimming in it and you're not having garbage all over you and you smell or anything. So it looks like it's a little bit more acceptable because when you talk about dumpsters diving, I just think about, oh my gosh, smelly trash is all around. But in this sense, she looks at the furniture and makes sure that they're clean before picking them up. So in a way, it's a little bit more acceptable than... Okay, so she saves money on furniture. I probably definitely did not save. I paid money for all my furniture.
I average about $200 a month in basic living expenses.
200 a month?
I own my own home free and clear.
Like, okay, assuming she's not counting housing, 200, that's really, really little. Maybe she's not adding in insurance. She doesn't have a car insurance or something. But oh my gosh, like if you were a CPA, I feel like you probably earn over a six-figure salary. So you can spend, I don't know, $20,000, $30,000 every year just on basic living expenses, and you can still save a huge amount. So when you push yourself to this level, it's a very minimal living standard, I guess. Maybe she doesn't think so. I guess there's a limit for everyone, right? For me, I go down to a certain level, and some people think I'm extreme. When I look at these extreme cheapskate, I think they're extreme, and sometimes a lot more extreme than I am, and sometimes a lot more cringe-worthy than I am, because when you start to affect the people around you, when you make people noticeably make this, sour face because you're serving them, food that you picked up out of a trash can, it's just something I can't stand myself.
I just have to pay real estate taxes and condo fees. I didn't pay anything for furniture. I got all the furniture that I have either off the street or from hand-me-downs from other people.
I think she owns this apartment, right? And I don't know, it might cost $1 million. If she's saving so much, she can actually retire super duper early. If she's doing it right, I feel like she can probably save enough and yet retire early and have a normal type of living standard, not $200 a month, which is crazy.
This is my bed where I sleep, and these are actually yoga mats that somebody was trying to...
Okay, if you guys are wondering, I actually have a real bed. It's elevated because it's on top of some rack thing, so it's not just on the floor like some very extreme minimalist or extreme cheapskates.
Get rid of, so I took them. I do consider my bed comfortable, and I don't really have a need for a real bed. Beds cost hundreds of dollars, and that is absolutely outrageous.
I know I did one video about where I don't use trash bags and I just use the ads that are coming in. And I think a lot of people did not like that. And I can totally see other people saying, oh my gosh, that's an extreme cheapskate move. And her complaining about not spending a couple $100s on a bed, that's how I feel about that. And an equivalent of how people feel about how I wrap my trash in newspaper. Just, it doesn't cost me anything, no time. I don't need to buy trash bags.
And here's my small kitchen. My place came with a dishwasher. The dishwasher is a waste of water and energy. So now it's just storage space.
You know what she should do with the dishwasher if she never uses it and it looks pretty new? She can just sell it and then put like a new cabinet in there instead of the dishwasher.
This is an electric stove that I got using the free gift certificate.
Yeah, like with the free electric stove, I get plenty of free stuff all the time. I can just look around, and these surround sound speakers that you see around, I got it for half price. Anyway, I have a lot of stuff that's free.
I have this because my place came with a gas stove and oven, but the utility company was charging me $17 a month, minimum monthly fee, just for having the gas turned on. I rarely cook.
Oh, that's actually a pretty good idea. She turned off her gas because she doesn't use it. Instead, she used an electric range. You could do equivalent things for like water, right? Because my water, they charge like $25, $30 every single month. But I need my water. Do I need my gas? Yeah, I need my gas to generate hot water.
I haven't bought any clothes in probably 8 years. I don't think I've ever bought socks. This is one of my undershirts that I've had since I was a child, pretty much.
So her socks, you can kind of see that all the fibers are worn out and it's almost see-through. So to me, when you wear that kind of sock, you can kind of feel the bottom of your shoe, and that's very, very uncomfortable because your feet perspirate, right? And then when you touch the bottom of your shoe, it kind of feels a little bit sticky. And so that's why if it wears to that point, then I definitely won't have those kind of socks. She showed a t-shirt where it had a lot of holes. I have to admit, I personally had a few of those before, and I forget what happened. There's this incident where I just thought, hey, you know what? I need to turn a new leaf. So I just threw away much of those things with a lot of holes. My reasoning is that these t-shirts, they're actually really, really comfortable, but they look terrible. Because they're so worn. It's more like a comfort thing. So you kind of wear those things at home when no one else looks at you. But when you are in front of everybody, when you're making YouTube videos, then you know you wear a brand new shirt.
Kind of wore out over the years. So I take this binder clip and I clip it together and it fits fine.
I actually have a pair like that right now. Oh, you know what I did with that? It was actually this pair of underwear where the elastic wore out. When it did wear out, I finally got really annoyed with it and I did throw it away. I think what you can do with other things like sweatpants where the elastic is the main thing that's holding it, sometimes it also has a drawstring, right? So then if it also has a drawstring, you can actually tie it around your waist and your pants are not going to fall down. Of course, it's not going to be as nice because the elastic is no longer there, but it's still going to hold it up. Generally, if it does not have the drawstring and you have to use a binder clip, I think this is over the line for me. I definitely won't use a binder clip to clip my pants on. So she collects a lot of freebies. Nothing wrong with that. What I find out is that, yeah, I do take all those toiletries from hotels whenever I do go to them. And then I find out that when you do collect them, you just accumulate so much of it. And when I went on my minimalism binge, I actually went and tried to use them all up. And I did. Most of it is used up right now. And all I have is my regular stuff. So whenever I get new toiletries from hotels and stuff, I don't actually go and get freebies anymore. Maybe you get freebies from trade shows or something, but these days I'm like, oh my gosh, because I'm more minimalistic now. And so when you bring them home, that's the first thing that you use. You want to use those up so that you don't accumulate a big pile of this stuff and it takes up space.
Here are some free samples of sanitary pads and tampons. And also, sometimes I go to some promotional events.
Yeah, and so with all those trade show freebies, I just feel like it's a waste of space, a waste of product even, because most of it's not very useful. It's not as useful as a real product that you buy most of the time. Sometimes there's little things that you might be able to use, but what I found out is I would collect a whole bunch of them, right? And a lot of my friends, we would all go to trade show and then we would get bags and bags of this stuff. You're like, haha, look, it's free. And then when you bring it home, you don't use any of it. You have how many drawstring bags you want, how many little reflector sticker things, there's all these swag stuff. And what I did with my minimalism binge in the last round is that I just collected them all up and then I just threw them away. Most of them, right? I just looked at, okay, which ones do I really want to keep? And I just threw away one wave of it. And then after I have a smaller batch, I'm like, let me look at it again. And then I kind of divided it by half some more. And then I just took more and more away. And then until the very end, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. There's not many items I actually want to keep because they're all useless. Anyway, I'm only 5 minutes into this video. And I think if I keep on talking, it's going to be too long a video, so I'm going to cut it short right here. If you guys are interested in me continuing with watching this show, I'm going to make a part B or part 3 or something. Leave a comment down below. Let me know if you want me to keep on commenting on this. Don't forget to give me a like, push that subscribe button, and ring that bell icon. Thanks for watching.